Welcome to ThaiPBS English News Service. I'm Lungtip Chotnapalai. Prior to the cabinet meeting in the southern province of Phuket Island, the Prime Minister today headed a joint commission on considering mega projects which will boost the South trade, investment and tourism sectors. Tomorrow's meeting will also prove if the government is sincere about public spending in the southern provinces, which is an opposition stronghold. Building dual-track railways and expanding highways number 4 into a 4-lane route for its entire length are some of the projects waiting to be proposed for government consideration at tomorrow's cabinet meeting in Phuket. This idea is proposed by an ad hoc joint committee comprising the Southern Provinces Chamber of Commerce, the Thai Banks Association and the Federation of Thai Industries. However, even if the government approves the projects tomorrow and starts construction right away, critics are saying that this is still too late to develop the South's logistics system to serve the ASEAN Economic Community. The Southern Provinces Chambers of Commerce are saying politics and trade in the South are almost isolated because the local and the central governments are on different sides of the political spectrum. This, according to the private sectors, is the government's chance to prove whether it is sincere in terms of budget allocation to southern provinces. Phuket has been called the Pearl of the South, the dream destination attracting millions of tourists each year, but the rapid growth of economic development and tourism industry has also brought with it a rapidly growing amount of garbage. Here's more.
More than 1 million tons of garbage has been piled up at the incinerator in Phuket municipality, waiting to be disposed of. There is only one incinerator, which can burn up to 250 tons of rubbish per day, but there are around 630 tons of garbage produced per day in Phuket. The economic development and the tourist industry in Phuket have grown rapidly. The increasing number of tourists on the island has generated a huge garbage disposal problem and complaints of pollution from communities near to the main tourist centres. Meanwhile, the quality of the incinerator, which has been in use 24 hours a day for more than 10 years, is another reason for delays in getting rid of the garbage. Reducing the amount of garbage by recycling does not show significant results due to the massive amount of garbage. Furthermore, there's contaminated and biohazardous garbage, which must be incinerated as a priority to prevent the spread of bacteria and germs. Over the years, 19 local government offices have attempted to organize a campaign to reduce garbage, but none succeeded. There are concerns that within 10 years, Phuket will be producing around 1,000 tons of garbage per day, which may reach as high as 2,000 tons within the next 20 years. Hugh Adams for ThaiPBS.
Thank you, Kun Hiu. And the Bangkok Metropolitan Administration says that the sinkhole on Rama 4 Road is the result of leakage from a sewer washing away sand under the surface. The Mass Rapid Transit Authority and the Water Works Department will clear blame for causing the collapse. Commuters passing Rama 4 Road were astonished last night as they saw a 5-meter wide, 1-meter deep sinkhole near Wireless Road intersection. Initial reports by the Bangkok Metropolitan Administration or BMA say leaking water from a damaged sewer 18 meters underground had washed sand away, resulting in the appearance of yesterday's hole. At least 40 to 50 cubic meters of sand were missing. The Mass Rapid Transit Authority, who constructed a subway line passing the sinkhole, and the Water Works Department were both cleared of blame for causing the collapse. The BMA is now using advanced sonic wave technology to survey other roads in Bangkok, especially roads near rivers and canals, to see if any underground holes exist. Rama 3 and Sathorn roads are the most urgent roads to be checked for possible sinkholes. The rise in diesel and energy prices since January of this year have resulted in more than 200,000 pickup trucks raising their fees by 5 to 10%. The Land Transport Confederation of Thailand indicated that the main cause for the rise is the government's failure to control energy and oil prices. Since late February, more than 60% of pickup trucks of the 240,000 units operating under the Land Transport Confederation of Thailand have increased their transport fees by 5 to 10% per trip. The organization reasoned that it could no longer bear the rising cost of diesel, tires, auto parts, and lubricants. The 300 baht minimum wage policy, however, does not affect the Confederation, as the majority of its employees are paid more than this rate already. Instead, the Confederation blamed the government for not controlling energy and oil prices. Advisor to the Confederation confirmed that the rise in consumer product prices is not a result of an increase in transport cost. Rather, it is the result of rises in the prices of ingredients. They believe that future increases in transport fees will be based upon internal and external factors, such as the excise tax structure, promotion of alternative energy use, and conflicts in the Middle East. Today proved to be a bullish day for the Thai stocks, as the SET index raised above 1,200 point mark for the first time since the 1997 Asian financial crisis. Better prospects for the world economy contributed to this milestone. Here's more from Bundit Kertbundit.
Stock Exchange of Thailand, or SET index, made a breakthrough today as it passed 1,200 point mark to hit 1,201.61 points at midday, the highest since the 1997 Asian financial crisis that crippled the Thai economy. The index settled back during afternoon trading, closing at 1,189.50 points. The SET index has been on an upward trend in recent months. Gopsit Silapathai, head of the capital market research at Kasikorn Bank, suggested that the bullish mood is mostly due to better prospects in the world economy. This includes the recent passage of Greece's second bailout worth 130 million euro. However, Gopsit noted that the bailout is nothing more than a temporary relief, as Greece continues to be ensnared in a debt crisis despite receiving its first bailout in May 2010. Better economic figures in the U.S. and the decision not to issue QE3 by the U.S. Federal Reserve have also helped with the boom. Although America still faces high unemployment rate at 8.3%, 200,000 jobs are being created every month, which is a promising sign of greater consumption and economic growth. Additionally, Gopsit said that the drop in gold prices and the increase in bond yields suggest that investors are increasingly confident in the recovery of the world economy as they begin moving from safe assets to riskier ones. As foreigners continue to buy Thai stocks, amounting to 67 billion baht since the start of the year, Gopsit says that Thai stocks are attractive among foreign investors because the country is an emerging market and presents better growth prospects than developed countries like America. However, many analysts cautioned that the country's stock market looks increasingly volatile, thus investors should strive for short-term gains instead. Stocks that are attractive at the moment include those in the energy, petrochemical, and construction material sectors. This is Bundit Kertbundit, ThaiPBS.
Thank you, Bundit. Anti-corruption activist groups are recruiting and training hundreds of people to become anti-corruption watchdogs, keeping an especially close eye on the government's flood prevention and recovery budget spending. The Thai Anti-Corruption Committee has today launched a volunteer project aiming to recruit and train up to 1,000 people across the country to become the next corruption watchdog. The president of the committee said that this year the volunteers will conduct an investigation into the government's projects, especially the recently approved 350 billion baht water management budget, since the matter is considered urgent and therefore they may present more opportunity for possible corruption. He also called on the private sector to stop spoiling government staff by supporting corrupt activities. Meanwhile, Gopkan Wattanawarankul, CEO of Toyota Thailand, says she agrees to support the Watchdog Project launched by the Thai Anti-Corruption Committee. She says this project as an essential move to create a good sense of anti-corruption among the younger generation of Thais, which she says causes great damage to the Thai economy. For more information about the Public Watchdog program, you can also visit worldwideweb.facebook.com/Thai-anti-corruption. The haze situation in the north has once again returned to a critical situation due to forest fires and burning fields. Meanwhile, the levels of air pollution in Chiang Rai and Mae Hong Son are now life-threatening. Visions in Mae Hong Son province is limited to just 800 meters. All flights in and out have been cancelled for the second day. Tour operators say that if the situation does improve, the number of tourists coming up north will drop dramatically. Meanwhile, in Chiang Rai's Masai district, small dust particles are filling the air and exceeding safety standards. Dust particles smaller than 10 microns have measured 431 micrograms per cubic meters when the world safety standard is at 120 micrograms per cubic meter. Chiang Rai, Chiang Mai, Lamphun, Lampang, Mae Hong Son and Tak provinces have areas in which the haze situation is now critical. Breath Campaign is one of the latest groups to take a stand against all burning and are recruiting volunteers to search and report violators who burn farmland. Despite central and local governments imposing severe punishments for violators who burn their fields in preparation of the growing season, locals are still violating the law. Burning of trash can attract a fine of up to 2,000 baht, while torching forests could cost 150,000 baht and face 15 years in prison. Drought is significantly decreasing water level of the Mekong River. Chinese construction suppliers in Laos are taking advantage of the situation and digging sand from the exposed riverbed for the use back home. Fingers are being pointing at the dams in China as the main cause of the decreasing Mekong water level. Kasem Saliviang, a local fisherman says a few years back he could catch 20 to 30 kilograms of fish daily. Nowadays, he sometimes catches nothing. Meanwhile, Thirapong Chaipraserwit, who trades along the border, says sailing along the lower Mekong River could now take up to 4 days, longer than in the past. The border traders can only load their boats with 100 tons of product per trip instead of the normal 300 tons due to the sandbars. This increases transportation cost by threefold. Pakamat Viera, owner of a tourist boat, says a dry-up of Mekong has affected the tourist boat business along the Mekong River between Chiang Rai, Laos, and Yunnan of southern China. Locals whose lives depend on the river blame the drought and China's dams for reducing water levels. They are asking the government to tackle this problem by negotiating with upstream countries like China. The Mekong River passes several countries, so it is vital to the drought in the lower Mekong Basin to be urgently addressed because it is damaging the lifestyles of those who depend upon the river, the ecology and the border trade of all the Mekong River Basin countries. And that wraps up tonight's edition of Thai PBS English News Service. I'm Rungtip Chonapalai. Thank you so much for watching. สวัสดีค่ะ